first metal we're going to put on after installing the woodwork is going to be the fascia or the drip edge metal. And I'm marking the height of the deck. Most of that drip edge is going to set on top of the 1x4 that runs along the eave. But in the valley where we've cut back that 1x4 build-up, the drip edge will set directly on the decking under the flashing, the valley flashing. So I've got to cut 2 short lengths of drip edge and install them on both sides of the valley, and I'll have to modify those 2 pieces so they stay in line with the drip edge that's sitting on top of the 1x4 buildup. I'm going to use the bottom bender to re-break the drip edge on the new bend line, and just place it in there and flatten it out, and then use my hands to push down on it. Let's repeat the process with the second piece. You can see here that the new bend line is about 3/4 of an inch lower than the original bend line. Now we're going to place these 2 pieces in the valley area to flash in the fascia on both sides. You can see I've removed the screw so it doesn't interfere with that piece of metal going underneath the 1x4. These are 2.5 inch screws that are color matched to the tile. I'm also using them for the trim metal. I'm placing the drip edge that sits on top of the 1x4, and I'm going to notch the end of this metal and tab it around so when it's put in place it covers the end of the 1x4 and protects it from the water coming off of the roof, and also so you can't see up into this area and view the 1x4 from the ground. I'm using these screws to install the drip edge. You can also use a pancake headed screw or a nail to install this. Just completing the 2x2s at the hip and ridge junction, and it's not critical that these pieces of wood are butted up tight to each other. It's only a nailer for the tile later. I'm going to complete the drip edge with the screws through the top into the 1x4, and I'm going to cut off the drip edge about 1 inch past the corner. And that's going to give me some metal to wrap around the corner or tab the corner. You want to tab these corners around to prevent it being exposed to the weather in that very corner. I've tabbed this side around, and then I've cut the adjoining side flush to the center to create a seam in the very center of the hip with no wood exposed.